What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to Small Biz. In today's very short but super important video, I'm going to tell you exactly what I think just happened when MULN announced a $25 million stock buyback, which saw the stock shoot to north of 32 cents a share, and then kaboom, somebody pulled the ripcord. I have an idea as to who that is. We dropped almost 40%. So the obvious question is, what the hell happened, and where, oh, where are we going to go from here? All that and more coming right out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me this Thursday. I have a question right off the bat. Do you believe that God works in mysterious ways? I do. I just ripped off a 7-minute, 33-second barn burner. Probably the most hellacious in terms of F-bombs ever in such a short period of time. But I go to watch the playback, and the first 90 seconds are silent. So something happened to the recorder. I'm going to take it as God's way that I went way over the deep end. So I'm going to take a slightly different route and not sit here and pat myself on the back, which I wasn't, or scream and holler about things that really don't matter. I'm going to tell you in less than 10 minutes what I think just happened. Ask yourself, for starters, why did David, who 2 days ago was one of the worst CEOs in NASDAQ history along with Sal at MCOM, why did he allow the stock to go all the way down to a dime? Non-compliant with NASDAQ, did not regain after 10 days above $1. Why did he and his cohorts, the insiders, allow the stock go all the way to a dime? Well, I have a theory. Part of it involves allowing the warrants on that last $100 million of dilution to get repriced at 1601 to 1696. Recall, the last warrants were priced at 72.5 and then again at 52. So would it be possible for all you Mullinaniacs out there that they drove it down, whether it was short selling, whether it was insider selling, whether it was a combination of their buddies in the dark pools? Let's take this down to a dime because somebody needs to get their ass bailed out. Not you, not me. I own the stock at $1.13, and I told every one of you motherfuckers to stop buying it at $1.18. And minus a tiny bit that I did buy to average down at 60 cents, I turned out to be right. Not only about MULN when I said at a dime it was a value, but I also said multiple times, including yesterday, that MCOM is going to get caught up in the same mania, and you could have sold it for a 51% move at over 15 cents in the pre-market. Some of you did, but why did they allow the stock go all the way to a dime and then tell us about production, as he did in an interview 2 days ago? I think it was to bail the fat cats out and allow them to get the warrants at 16.5. So when we hit 32 and small change, what was that? A double. Because if you were watching the stock when it was dancing around between 30 and 32 and small change, it was bouncing around, everything looked hunky-dory, and then boom, about 75 million shares hit the market in 6 minutes flat, and we were down to a quarter. And then we bounced around, and I put out a half a dozen, if not more, tweets, and I said, hey, David, you need to be in there buying stock at major support, which is 17. I believe we got to 20.5 on the low, and no more than 22. Is it possible, ladies and gentlemen, that he came out with the fucking stock at a quarter to 30 and announced a buyback of $25 million, which would be north of 100 million shares, to allow somebody that owns the fucking stock at 16 cents and change to get out with a double? You're damn right it is. If you're just joining us, welcome. We don't edit around here, and I swear like a drunken sailor, and I wear my heart on my sleeve. What burns my ass, ladies and gentlemen, in the most thumbs down video of all time yesterday, and the most blocks that I've ever had to do on Twitter, at least 15 and counting in one day, is not because you guys take cheap shots at me. It's because there's hardworking men and women, most of which don't have that much money. They're not sitting around with millions of dollars in the bank. So when they start listening to some of you fucking clowns that I hope are giving me a thumbs down, talking about $5, $10, $50, $100 price targets, and they allow their July 50-cent calls to disappear. We're talking about life-changing money that's gone in the blink of an eye. And you know what? I don't think you're going to get it back anytime soon. So let me just reiterate what I just said at 20 cents and small change, last trade 2-2. I do not think we're going to see 32 cents anytime soon. And suddenly, my exit price of 50 cents looks a lot more reasonable, doesn't it? In closing of this very short video, ladies and gentlemen, I've been trading 30 years, made and lost millions. Went bankrupt officially once, but really twice, 2008 being the last absolute total debacle. But if you've been following me on Twitter at TrySmallBiz, right here in this fucking soccer/football shirt, normally in a black tee, I'm right 80% of the time. We just booked our 12th winner, TTOO, out at 10. Last trade, 8.25, 412% in the last 2.5 months. Are you up that? Are you up that in over 118 winners in 16 months? That's top 1/2 of 1%, you clowns that don't know what you're doing. So take my advice for once. Would you shut your fucking mouth because you don't know what you're talking about? And if there's anybody out there who is still watching, it wants to make money, follow me on Twitter and get yourself a premium membership at TrySmallBiz.com.